Hi, Dr. McNair, this is for you. The bell announcements go on like at 3:55, so we're gonna cut around 3:55. After the lesson, they're just filling out the evaluation form, so that is for you to know why you don't get the full presentation. All right, good afternoon, y'all. Thank you for coming by. Today we're doing Greek and Latin root words. And before we start, if you open your little folder, there is a puzzle piece. That's our bell ringer. There are 26 letters in the English alphabet. Do you know how many sounds those 26 letters create? Feel free to talk about
84.
No. Good guess.
30.
No. And when you're done writing it down on your puzzle piece, I have tape
Higher or lower?
and
Or
higher.
Higher than 84, right?
And I have tape. You can come and tape it up here. Make sure you put your name on it too, please.
I have no insight to this.
Oh, that's right.
Do you mean combined?
Yes. My
Tape it here?
yes. When I found out, I was surprised, and then everything started to make a little more sense about why our ELs, our special eds, and even our regular kids struggle so much. It makes a lot of sense. No one look at Marisol because she knows, she has insider information.
I'm pretending.
Anyone want to share? Any guesses?
135.
Close?
Ooh.
Ooh, that's a good number.
I can't get the tape off the thing.
I'm gonna be that kid.
One kid. Oh. Cool. So we do have about 44 phonemes that the 26 letters create, but in general, and phonemes are the sounds the letters make. But in general, the English language, the English alphabet has over 200 sounds. So if you think about that and you put that into perspective, that's why our ELs struggle so much, because Spanish matches very well letter sound, letter sound, letter sound. I was reading a book for this class, the problem with English, I don't remember the title, and it was showing that like for the combination CH, it actually makes 4 different sounds, but we don't teach them 4 different sounds, we just teach them CH, chair, child. We don't teach them the other 3, so when they see a word that has a CH, but it falls into a different rule, they don't know it, because we don't teach it to them. So, and that kind of goes with Greek and Latin root words. We, as teachers, and I was talking to Marisol about this, we can admit we kind of don't necessarily go over it. We gloss by it just because there's other things that we see. Like, we need to get to other things first before we do this. And that's true, we do. However, when I was preparing for today, I was thinking, you know, a lot of the comprehension of words can be fixed with so many of these Greek and Latin root words. So this is straight out of the Teaks and the 6th grade has Miss Mitt, Ben, Man, Back, Script, and Jur and Just. 7th grade, Log, Gen, Vid, Phil, Luck, Sense, and Scent. And this is, I just copied this straight from TEA, so it's nothing new. We are gonna watch this video. I'm not gonna play it all. We'll probably stop a little bit halfway.
Hello, readers. Today I want to talk about vocabulary and how many English words have Greek or Latin roots embedded in, and how you can use that to your advantage. The story story of why English has Greek and Latin in it at all is super fascinating to me, and if I allowed myself, I'd go off on a big old tangent about it, but let's save that for another time. Suffice it to say that English has Latin and Greek chunks in it for fun history reasons, and let's just leave it at that for now. I'm not going to say that you need to be able to speak modern Greek or read ancient Latin in order to understand English, but many complicated words are made up of little language building blocks that we can break apart using the power of understanding. That's cool, right? Cool? Cool. I'm going to introduce some vocabulary about vocabulary now, so brace yourselves. There's this idea of a root word. Take the word dent, which is Latin for tooth. From that root word, we can get the adjective dental, which means about teeth, or the noun dentist, which means a person who specializes in teeth, or the noun dentures, which are false teeth. That's what a root is. Now you can also combine roots to make words. The word foot is Greek for light. The root graph comes from the Greek for writing. You put those together, you get photograph, or writing with light. It's kind of poetic, isn't it? To this understanding, let us add the idea of an affix. Affixes aren't words or roots, but they are word particles that convey meaning. Maybe you've heard of prefixes and suffixes. If you have, these are both types of affixes. Prefixes attach at the front end of a word, whereas suffixes attach at the back end. An example of a suffix would be logi, meaning the study of or the science of. So we can make a bunch of words with logi, like biology. That's supposed to be a little amoeba. Cetology, the study or the science of whales. Anthropology, the study of human beings. Cosmology, the study of the universe. So if you see a logi, it's going to be some kind of science or specialized area of study. A good example of a prefix would be the Greek para, which means alongside. So a paralegal is someone who works alongside lawyers. A paramedic works alongside doctors. And if your house is haunted, you don't need a normal pest control expert to get rid of the ghost. You need a paranormal pest control expert, one that is alongside, but not within, normalcy. And thus, you call the Ghostbusters. So what does all of this mean for you as a reader? Well, when I encounter a word I don't understand, it's like I had been walking down a hallway and was suddenly confronted with a locked door. It's frustrating. But the magic, the power of studying roots, prefixes, and suffixes is that when you master a small handful of them, you suddenly become the proud owner of a ring of keys. Doors fling themselves open for you. You can go anywhere, you can understand any concept, any piece of vocabulary. An army of locked doors fall off their hinges all at once when you approach. Don't believe me? I'll show you. While excavating the foundation for a geothermal plant, my companion Neha found a fossil. Upon closer inspection, she realized it was a pterodactyl. Wow, a lot of big words in that little paragraph. Now, watch this. Excavating. So, hollowing out. Foundation. Bottom making. Geothermal. Earth heat. Companion. So this is someone you would eat bread with. So bread together. Who do we eat bread together with? Our friends. Inspection. Looking in. Or closer. And pterodactyl. Pter means wing. Dactyl means finger. It is a prehistoric winged reptile. So, while she was digging in the ground to prepare the bottom of a plant that gets electricity from the heat of the earth, my friend Neha found a fossil. When she looked at it closely, she realized it was a flying reptile with fingery wings. Do you see what I mean about keys? Studying roots and affixes gives me the power to look at those words and crack them apart. You're not so big now, vocabulary word. Hello, readers.
Okay.
Today I want to talk about vocabulary.
They're really funny. I love the Khan Academy videos. So I did this with my GT kids, kind of like a run through, see how they liked it. And I stopped it on that paragraph and I asked them, can you all figure it out? And it was just funny watching them tell each other, no, that's not it, come on, you know. Like they were talking to each other. And I thought that was real fun, especially because we have all seen the STAR test. there are paragraphs where there's word after word after word of just big words that they do not understand. And yes, they can go get a dictionary, that's what we teach them, but we know 99% of the time they don't grab the dictionary, and we know that even though when they look at the dictionary, they're probably still not gonna know what those words in the definition mean. I think root words are a great way to help them figure that
I
out.
think elementary needs to step it up, they gotta get
Oh,
them
for
going.
sure, for
And
sure. I
You
think,
know they don't do enough of that.
no, they don't. And I think instead of and this is just my opinion, yes, we need to, get them ready for the test, but they need to do more foundation building. If they don't have that, then it makes our job harder in middle school, and then I've seen it in the high school, because I'm having to come back, when I was at the high school, I had to come back and teach what was before. So I agree, I 100% agree. So where are we reading the Weston game in my class? And in chapter 2, and we do vocabulary for every chapter, it says, they say his corpse is still up there in that big old house. And we looked it up, and one of the definitions was archaic, a human or animal body, whether living or dead. One of my kids, not in my GT class, said, Miss, why does it say that word? What word? Well, archaic, that one, they meant archaic. And I was like, oh, it's something old, we don't use it anymore, it's not used. And then they said, okay, we answered that clue, why does it say living? A corpse is dead. We know a corpse as a dead body. And I said, okay, well, let's look it up, because I didn't know the answer either. Well, corpse comes from the Latin word corpus, which means body, just the body. And I explained to him that Latin is a dead language, we don't use it anymore, but we have evidence of it and little sprinkles in our own language. And I said, look at Spanish. The Spanish word for body is cuerpo. That doesn't mean corpse. When someone tells you that, they just mean your body. So I was like, so if we were to kind of connect the dots, we would go from Latin corpus to Spanish cuerpo, and now we know in English, corpse is just a dead body. That's what we've reinvented the Latin word to be in our own language. And if you continue the Khan Academy video, he goes into explanation why English has so many Greek, German, France, Latin sprinkles in it. It's because when England was getting colonized, it was getting colonized by all these different people. So we have all these different sprinkles in our own language. Why teach Greek and Latin root words? Consistency. This is one that I didn't know about, but it never changes. Root words will never change. You can take them everywhere, to history, to science, to math. It's never going to change. They're always going to be the same, and they read in all those classes. It's not like they can get away from it. Even though they think they're in math class, they still gotta read. They think they're in science class, well, they still gotta read what the article's about, what they're learning. So if we can help them with Greek and Latin root words, it connects to everything else. Effective intervention, our ELs. We're always looking for ways to help our ELs kind of take that step higher, bridge the gap a little better. A lot of their own language they can find in Greek and Latin root words. And I've seen it because I did it with someone in my GTs, and I do have some ELs in there, and they were like, oh, Miss, they started connecting it to Spanish. I was like, yes, that's exactly what it is. And if we can do that sooner, rather than wait till later, then think about how much more they would, if they practice it, and if they would do it like Marisol said, at the beginning, in elementary, and by the time you get here, we just go through it real quick, their reading should be better. Increased demands. Every year, kids should be learning about 3,000 to 4,000 new words. Every school year. I don't even think they're getting to a quarter of those. One, because we know reading has turned into like a chore for them. They do not like to read. And I know most of us in here are trying to We try every day to turn that around, but they just don't like to read. And then it's become read more passages, read more stuff to get you ready for the test instead of doing more. You like that book? Read it. You want to read a comic? Read it. You'll learn some new words no matter what you're reading. It's become less of that and more of passages. And technical vocabulary. So in science is a great example. Here it changes a little bit through 6th through 8th, but in the high school they do biology in 9th grade, chemistry, physics, and then they get to choose what they want senior year. Every year that's a new set of vocabulary words. Every year that's a new set of things they have to memorize fresh, because it doesn't cross over from year to year to year like in a reading class, where plot stays the same, figurative language like metaphor, simile, that stays the same. That's not going to change from grade to grade. But in science, especially at the high school level, things do change. And science has tons of root words, and this can help them out.
Plus, if your science and history teachers were taught methodologies like that, when they're teaching your vocabulary, your language of the discipline, that would help too.
You'd be surprised how many science and social studies teachers that I've talked to because of the classes at Kingsville that don't think teaching them how to read their subject matters, because they think we do it as reading teachers, that we teach them how to read and we're like, well, you do it, but it's different. Like the reading you do in math, science, history, even band or any fine arts, it's not the same as the reading we do here. It's different, different demands, different results, and we can't expect kids to like take it, what they learn here, and apply it over there, because you're right, they're not going to get the same result. And it would help them immensely if they would just
It would help
take
us.
and help us, yeah.
Make the connection.
Yeah. Again, these are just the root words. I think Marisol passed out. They're on a paper. If you don't have, they're up here in front of Naomi. But this is just a list of the words. I, again, got them straight off the TEA. And some of these they do know. I was showing my kids, 7th grade teachers, especially they knew that one because third person omniscient. And they were real, like, they got that one down and they were like, we got this. So they were real excited about that. Okay, these are my favorite. Now, I will be honest, I did not get these, I did not create these, but if COVID has taught us anything, work smarter, not harder, and if they're free, why not use them? So, this is a little activity I did by myself. With my GT kids, I did another one, and we used, we had a vocabulary word in our book, pyrotechnic. So we used pyro as ours. But this is one that you all have a clean copy of in your folder. Everyone has a clean copy. And if you want, I can email them to you as well. But you start with the root word, so aqua, and then all the little green apples are different vocabulary words that you get from aqua. Pretty simple. This is just like if you're just starting out, I would do this just to get them into it, to look up the word, to find a word, see how many words they know on their own, and then they can color. Everyone loves to color, no matter how old they get. This one I like a little bit more. Same concept, you got the root word in the middle, 4 words that start with that root word, but then you have to give the definition. And you, like that, they have to know what it means. A step further, you can give like a Astro Bright paper, have them write sentences with it. Use it in a paragraph, write a story with it. Write a story with these 4 words, tell me what you got with it. And my favorite, which I know you all are gonna like because we're gonna play for Jolly Ranchers, is bingo. We have a 3x3, And if you're crazy, I didn't do it with my GTs, but I should have, because when I did this with them, they got way too competitive, and I was telling, Veronica, they started making bets with each other, like, well, if I get bingo before you, I bet you 3 Jolly Ranchers. So they got way too competitive, but for my GT, I would have used the 4x4, and I probably should have used the 4x4 to give them a little more challenge with with the root words. And for my regulars and my co-teach, for sure, the 3x3. Less words to worry about, just focus on the ones they probably need more help with. So, let's take out the 3x3. And again, I can give you all clean copies of these, because
Okay, so it's okay, right?
yeah, I'll email you the clean copies,
Yes,
because I know I'm gonna do this lesson next week with my other 2 blocks.
Yes.
Right before Thanksgiving break.
Love it.
So on here, write, we're gonna do this multiple times, so if you don't have a pen, or like if you don't have a pencil, you can just exit out, it's okay. But for the first round, we're just going to do the root words. And you can use that paper that Ms. Marisol gave, you're just gonna do the root words. I am going to tell you the examples. So words that have that root word that you choose. You pick luck of the draw, card of the cards, whatever you want to. You don't have one?
The bingo word?
This one, right?
Which one do you
Yeah, I
not
got
have?
that.
Any? Yes, so
Any,
we're gonna put
yeah.
these here.
What do you not have?
Oh, I get it.
Just
We
where
put-
we wanna put
we
it.
put whatever we want in our squares and then
Yes.
we're gonna play bingo with it.
Yes, and then I'm gonna tell you to hide these. Honesty is the best policy, hide them. And I'm going to say the examples and see if you remember where the root word comes from. Brooke, is this yours? She won't.
I don't know. I don't recall.
You said to put a number, miss. That's a good one. I didn't look at it. And then we'll play for everyone's favorite candy. Jolly Ranchers. Well, if you're a 7th grader, if you never can. Are we ready? All right, list away, everything away. Okay. Okay. Benefactor, beneficial, benevolent. What's the root word for that word, for those 3?
Benny.
Ben, yeah. Inscribe, scribe, describe.
I'm gonna be like, is it all corners or is it like?
Oh, you're right, I did not tell
Is
you
it
all.
corner? But that's
Full
the
card.
kid miss, so we have
We'll
to
do
choose-
full card for all the marbles, a
Yes.
whole bag of Jolly Ranchers.
Oh,
She
come
already had 2 in a
on.
row.
No,
I
no,
remember that about you, George.
no.
Now it's coming back to me, the nightmares.
Ooh. I'm sorry. No, this round we'll do, OG bingo, up, down, sideways, diagonal. The last one we do will be for all the marbles. I have a whole bag, a full
Okay.
card, and I have a whole bag of Jolly Ranchers.
Okay.
You can take. Okay. Now I'm like, what does Kim not? Okay. Philosophy, philology, philanthropist. And what's that one?
Bill.
Good, you guys. Misbehave, misprint, misnomer. Miss, that one's miss. maneuver, manual, manuscript.
Bingo.
Hey, I was so close.
You both will get
I
it.
was
You'll both
too.
will get it.
No, that's you.
You wanna do one more?
Yes.
Okay, so it's just Naomi and Kim. Evacuate, vacant, vacation.
Nobody got on that.
Omnipotent, omnivorous, omniscient. Come clean your 2 Jolly Ranchers, that's perfect.
So we scratch these off and we write.
Yes,
We put new ones?
yes. Wait.
But you only called one of mine.
You have a button too.
All I got was Phil. He
Wow.
was cheating. His squares are blank, he's writing them in.
Cheating.
Okay, so take out your, words.
Oh, now we have to take the words out?
No, yeah, well, you can just scratch them out. I should have given you all pencils, I didn't, but it's okay, we'll scratch it out. Now this time, this is a little bit, my GT's had a hard time with this. Write the examples.
The example, just one example?
Yes,
Or-
one example in each box. So you pick, you can still pick which one you want. Well, no, if I, like, the way I did it with, and this was the easiest for us. If you all have a better way, while we're doing this and you wanna let me know, let me know. If I say, like, if I were to say misbehave, but you have misprint, still part of the same family, we'll take it.
I get you.
That's the easiest way I found to do it with them. If you all have, any ideas, share. So that one's a hard one, but I want them to figure out, and I think we all do, we want them to figure out the root word. It's easy if I just, if you're looking for the root word. But I want them to look at the word, see the root word, and know that that's the right one. Okay, are we ready?
No.
Okay, okay. Sorry. No, the last one. Calm down, sir.
This is for all the Jolly Ranchers.
We know what he has his eye on.
That's next round.
That's a typical question that the kids would
Yeah.
ask.
Yes.
Yep.
How many just turns?
I tell you, my GT kids were bartering with each other, and then saying like, no, erase that one, 'cause I need it, and I don't wanna share with you. Okay, we ready? Ready. Okay.
Take off your checks.
Log.
Trash.
Log. That's the root word. So do you have a word that has log in one of your squares?
Do we call it out or we just check it?
No, just check it.
Okay.
Just check it. Jen. Jen is the root word. See if you have a word that has the root word Jen in it.
Well, or it means.
No, what? No. No, what's that?
Okay. I'm thinking,
Oh, okay.
I'm just checking myself.
Oh, okay.
Can I do this?
You still said Jen, right?
Yes.
Right.
So jur or
Yeah,
just?
Jen, yeah, oh, yeah, I got it.
Jur or just? Mint. Mint. You only need one more.
Shh, don't pick anything up to
Okay, I already know who we have. Sense or scent?
Bingo.
Yes!
As long as George does it.
Yes! Come on, Brooke.
I had so many options open. Actually, any other square I would have wanted, because I have them all.
Let me see, let me double check.
Oh, no, there was
No, I
four.
got 4.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Grab your 2 Jolly Ranchers, here's your
Yeah.
button.
That is so
Alright,
sad.
all the marbles. Now, this one, put the root word. Pick a root word, but I'm only gonna, this is like, this, if your class just nails Greek and Latin root words, you say the definition of the root word.
Oh, no.
So you just, on your card, you just put the root word.
Kim's gonna win this one.
You just
Like we
put,
did in the first game?
Yeah.
Okay.
but you as a teacher are going to just say definitions. You're not gonna give examples.
Oh.
Yeah,
gotcha.
you're not gonna, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna
This is
say,
the advanced level.
yes, this is like,
Bonus round.
yes, it's all the marbles and a whole bag of Jolly Ranchers.
Wait, give me an example.
So-
How do you do it?
So I would say like love, like that love, and you would have to remember what the definition of love for that, the root word,
So then the root
Fill.
is fill.
Phil. Or I would say hand,
Oh, Phil love.
and you would have to say man.
Dang, that's gonna be hard.
This is hard, but you know, we got a challenge. We're teachers.
I was GT in 4th grade. She said. 4th grade.
Cora, I need to reteach real quick.
Okay, what do you got? What do you need?
For the directions for this one.
Okay, so you're going to pick 4 or 9 root words.
Just the root again.
Just the root.
Mix them up.
Yeah, mix them up. And what I'm going to do is say
I know, I'm gonna mess up.
the definition.
We
Yes,
already have
but
it.
I'm circling mine. so I
Like,
don't
just
get
use your root
confused.
words.
Just spread them out again.
Yes. So this is really like if you wanted to, this would be the end of the lesson, end of the unit. This would be what you would do. Maybe impress in,
No, you're cheating.
you know, in lieu of a test maybe to see do they really know the root words?
So are we supposed
She's
to write
gonna-
the root word right now?
Yes. You're gonna write it right now, and I'm just gonna say the definition. So like if we were to do,
So we write like mint, you're gonna say let go,
yes.
right? See, you're writing the definition.
Do
She's
you
writing
need-
bags.
Do you need white out?
No,
Okay.
No, just disqualify
You all, it's not a good, they're just Jolly Ranchers, you all.
Level one, level one.
It's not about the Jolly Rancher.
Look at how Trigo loves me. Thank you.
You just feel sorry for
Your
you.
pride.
Because you're the only guy teacher, so you have to stick together. Okay. Let's do it, I'm so excited.
I'm gonna win the whole bag.
And
And I'm gonna share with everybody, just so you know.
Okay,
You just want us to let you win, don't you?
Everybody.
If I win, everybody wins.
alright, so, ready?
Yes.
Again, I'm just saying the definition.
Yes.
Light, light.
I know.